Hello and welcome to Smitty's. I am a wood cutting fanatic who loves to run a chainsaw. I run alcohol chainsaws, ported chainsaws, I race chainsaws, and I even run the occasional vintage. Now remember, I cannot do this without you. You're everything to the channel, so please remember, subscribe, give that thumbs up, leave that comment. Today, we are going to have a lot of fun. How you doing? Hey, I'm actually out here working on the Craftsman. Got it machined, got it ported. I'm actually getting ready to start the assembly. So I figured I'd just kind of bring you along for the ride. We're going to do a little assembly here, but you know, I figured I could show you what I did to the port work. There's our exhaust. Here's what our intake looks like. As you can see there, that's some JBL work for our new Impulse. If you look here at the bottom, you see that line? You can see that's how much I machined off of it. I took a decent amount off, but I didn't take as much as I do usually. And then all my typical port work, you can see the exhaust, some fingers, and some intake work. So yeah. I am going to work at assembling this, but I'm starting to notice, I'm curious, I'm thinking these cheap cylinders here may not be a good idea. We'll see. Long-term results will tell us for certain, but I'm starting to think they are not the best idea. Anyway, I'm going to work at getting this cylinder on it. I'm going to have issues because I don't have the intake stuff. See, this is a 55 top end, and I need to convert this saw over to accept the 55 top end intake setup, and I'm waiting for those parts to get here. So I'm not going to be able to finish the assembly. Well, maybe I will. I could technically steal them off of one of my other saws, and then when the parts get here, I could put that saw back together, which I might do that. I might actually do that. We'll see. We'll see where we get. It's probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the evening. It's almost dinner time, and we'll see how late I stay out here and work on this. I might take it to a running saw. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so I've been working on this thing off and on pretty much all day. It's about midnight right now. Ran into a bunch of headaches and hurdles. So let me kind of go over this stuff with you. I have not tried to fire this saw yet. So I'm going to show this stuff to you, and then I will, attempt to give it a quick fire. If it doesn't start easily, then I'll just wait till tomorrow because it's late and I want to go in and go to bed. So let's see how this goes. But first, let me show you all the issues. Alrighty. So there she is. Yes, I keep saying an S204, don't I? It's an S205. Oh boy. But anyway, there it is. Bunch of issues along the assembly. The cylinder itself is physically larger, so I had to cut a bunch of the plastic out in order to squeeze it in there. The angle of the carburetor, its height is physically higher, so this part here should actually be down in there. And what that does is it puts the air filter up taller, to where this guy doesn't want to sit down all the way. I can get it on, but I had to put a spacer in there. You see this spacer? I had to make that spacer, and then when I put this on, it sticks up in the air about that far. So yeah, little issue there. And the muffler. So you can see at the bottom holes, that muffler doesn't even remotely line up. The mod I did is basically I just gutted it and cut that little deflector a little bigger. That's about it for muffler mod. No decomp on this one. It would hit the handlebar, so you have to plug it. But otherwise, she is together. She looks stock for the most part. But, there's a few things that might need addressed, in the future to make it a little cleaner. I could try to figure something else out here for an air filter, or I could just leave it as is. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. You'll notice there's other plastic parts in here that are supposed to be in here. They're all gone. That won't work with this cylinder and this setup and everything. But at least we got her to the point that it should fire right now. I might work at cleaning some of this stuff up in the future. Alrighty, so a couple little issues there. I could build a custom muffler. It would look cleaner, I think. You know, certain things. I tried to see if a 50 muffler would fit, and it won't. I may be able to find something down the road that fits better and cleaner, but you know, we're gonna run this for now. So what do you say we go ahead and try to give this thing a quick start? If it don't start easy, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow, but let's see what happens. And I forgot to mention one other thing. The carb, the jets for the carb, they're not slotted for a screwdriver. They take like a special screwdriver or something. So I just cut a slot in the head of each of the screws, and that's what I did. So now I can actually use a normal screwdriver with it. Now I haven't even pulled on it yet to see how much compression it has. So let's see what happens. That easy start. That does make it a lot easier when you boost the compression. Let's give her a prime. Sounding good so far. Well, there we go. She's running. Sounds good. Sounds real good. So I'm hopeful that it runs good. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna put the air filter on here so you guys can see how off it is. So that's what she looks like with the air filter together. See what I mean? It's a little off, but it works. It's running. So tomorrow morning, I'm probably gonna fire it up, let it idle a tank out, try to get a good tank burned out of it before I put it in wood. And then you're gonna see some cutting footage on this thing soon. So, hey, it's together, it's running. It's the S205. We put a Husqvarna 50 top or 55, Husqvarna 55 top end on it. Ported it, machined it, everything. And we're gonna see how she runs. So if you guys are curious, you know, to see if it'd be possible to do this conversion, it is possible. It's not the cleanest conversion. If you want, you know, good clean running or clean looking saw in the end, you know, don't do it. Stick with your original parts. But if you want to be able to machine it and do all sorts of cool stuff to your port work, you need a better or a top end that you can work with a little more. And that's why I went with this 55. I feel like I can get more power out of 55 top end than I could this factory. even if I went with a larger one. I didn't have the ability. There wasn't enough room there for me to really get in there and do any machine work to it. So, you know, I went with a 55 top end. Now, I did not take everything I possibly could out of this top end. So you might see other saws of mine that perform better than this. I did not go for everything. This is meant to just go out and cut firewood. So, you know, it's going to be, you know, less performing than some of the other ones I've done. So, you know, this is meant for firewood. Should run cooler. The squish is sitting at 25, 27,000, something like that. Did some port work to it. Boosted the compression on it a little bit more. And, you know, it should be a great firewood saw. So, hey, hope you enjoyed this one. And stick around. We're going to be cutting some wood with it soon here. So, alrighty, later.